I'm Amy Cherry. This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota, here to wow ya. The Flagler School Board is in a hurry to find a new superintendent. At its meeting Tuesday, the board urged consultants to speed up the timeline for the search. The board now wants to name Superintendent Jim Taker's replacement before the end of March to ease the transition. Their initial timeline to name a replacement had been mid-April. The Florida School Board Association is leading the search to replace Taker, who plans to retire at the end of the school year. The job will pay up to $185,000.
This portion of Flagler's Morning News brought to you by the Daytona Beach International Airport, Delta Airlines nonstop to Atlanta, and now nonstop service to New York City via American Airlines.
A Palm Coast man is facing charges after proving himself to not be very neighborly. John R. King has more.
On September 15th, the Flagler County Sheriff's Office responded to a home on Lindsay Drive to investigate a fraud complaint. The victim told deputies he'd been away on vacation. When he came back, he discovered $2,900 in purchases had been made using his bank card without his knowledge. Further investigation indicated the victim's neighbor, 31-year-old Kyle George, was likely responsible. The break in the case came when the victim was mistakenly delivered a package with his name on it, but a physical address pointing to George. Video surveillance from inside the Kohl's in Palm Coast and the Bunnell Department of Motor Vehicles also showed George making purchases with the victim's credit card. Flagler County Sheriff Rick Staley.
Our detectives did a phenomenal job investigating what turns out to be the neighbor from hell that you really don't want. This is a neighbor that came into a neighbor's house, ended up stealing credit cards, and then using those credit cards for initially over $3,000 in purchases, but the proper owner of the credit card has now discovered another $11,000 in charges that we are continuing the investigation on. So this is the neighbor that you hope you never have.
George is currently charged with 5 counts of fraudulent use of personal identification information of a person over 60 years of age and fraudulent use of a credit card, although additional charges are expected. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm John Arthur.
A thief strikes at a Palm Coast construction site. Flagler County deputies say someone stole $4,300 in construction equipment and tools. Flagler County deputies say someone stole $4,300 in construction equipment and tools from a site next to the Palm Coast Target on State Road 100. Deputies say contractors working there left rental equipment at the site late Friday afternoon for a company to pick up, but a thief got to them first. At least 3 items were missing by Monday. Surveillance shows a red flatbed truck pulled up to the site with a man using a bobcat to put tools on the truck.
Where can students find jobs in Flagler County after high school graduation?
With employers who are really on the verge of exploding. So says Lynette Schott, the Executive Director of Student and Community Engagement in Flagler County. She says that students are not aware of those employers.
That's been a huge part of what we've built into our career pathways. We realized the kids didn't even know what kind of careers were available in their own community.
Schott said they spent time with the Education Foundation to make sure that students know there are numerous jobs available here in Flagler County. To listen to the interview, go to the Free for All Friday podcast. It's on the Flagler Radio app, which you can download today. Tomorrow, the 3D printer. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Deb Albertson.
It's Pink Army Month in Flagler County. Tony Magoo explains.
In anticipation of Breast Cancer Awareness Month and their Pink Army 5K and 1 mile pet-friendly fun walk, the Pink Army 5K Committee will raise the Pink Army 5K flag at Flagler Beach Friday night at 6. This will be at Veterans Park in Flagler Beach. A proclamation will also be given proclaiming October Pink Army Month. Funds raised from the Pink Army 5K will go to Advent Health Palm Coast Foundation and be used for breast cancer awareness, education, and screening. 100% of the proceeds raised go towards financially supporting mammograms, breast ultrasounds, biopsies, education, and other specific diagnostic services to aid in the early detection of breast cancer. The Pink Army 5K is scheduled for Sunday morning, October 13th at 7:45 in front of the Advent Health Palm Coast. That's at 60 Memorial Medical Parkway. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Tony Magoo.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Amy Cherry.